let Ghanaians send us back to our home, and we cannot let them insult us.
But you send Ghanaians back to their country.
And also, they want to try send us back to our home.
And then what will happen?
That is why I tell you, we are the one ruling them. They can't.
They
cannot send us back to our country.
You are the one ruling Ghanaians.
That is why I tell you, we are the one ruling Ghanaians. That is why they cannot have the veto power to send us back to our country.
You are telling me right now?
Yeah.
Nigerians.
Wow.
Is the one ruling Ghanaians.
Of course.
That's why they cannot send.
They cannot send us back to Nigeria. They can't. They can only try. They can only try to make it so, but it will not possible.
They can only try.
They can only try. They cannot. They
can only try to make it possible.
Yeah.
But they cannot drive you people back.
No, they can't.
But you people can drive them go back to their country.
Of course.
So what make you think you have the right to drive them to their country, and them do not have the right to drive you to your country?
That is why I tell you, as me a Nigerian, as me a Nigerian, that is why I tell you, I'm a let me say, giant of Africa. You understand? Ghana.
Oh, you are saying bad about them?
No, I'm not saying bad about.
You are doing it.
I'm not saying bad about them.
Yeah. Now what are you saying now? You said that
they are my neighbors. They are my neighbors. They are my neighbors.
They are not your neighbors.
They are my neighbors.
Your neighbor be Benin Republic and Togo.
Why will you say so?
No, they are not your neighbor. Your neighbor is Benin Republic and Togo.
Most Nigerians
I don't want to talk. You Ghanaians, you people want me to talk, right? Wow,
Ghana's backyard.
Great. Ghana is a Nigerian abroad. Put a respect on Ghana name. The same way you have to put a respect to Nigerian name, because we feed you people. We feed you people. Without us, the freedom that you guys are enjoying right now, you wouldn't have even enjoyed it in your lifetime. So when you hear Nigerians, the giants of Africa, you should put a respect to that name.
Who it is?
And do you think I see Ghana as abroad? That's backyard of my house. The place I just come through shit and move. So don't be deceived, darling. There's nothing to write home about Ghana. It's facts. You can beat it. Take it or you leave it. Oh yeah, Ghanaians, start crying in my comment section. Una be my backyard. Now make I still be Ghana. The moment I'm done with you guys, I move to the real abroad. Do you get that? Or forget about it?
So now it's obvious that some Nigerians in Ghana are growing horns. Now it's very obvious. Now before I do this video, let me say that this platform does not promote division, segregation, racism or anything. This platform is here to educate, inform and entertain. That is the purpose of this platform. So I'm informing you what has happened, and you can also leave your comment in the comment section. Nothing apart from that. Now, some Nigerians living in Ghana are growing horns. Now, listening to this audio of this Nigerian in Ghana who was interviewed by Mr. Manager, this guy really has guts. Now, this guy is saying that Ghanaians cannot send Nigeria back home because the Nigerians are the one ruling Ghana.
The Ghanaians are jealous just because of the capability of for the Igbos. That is why they are jealous. But
who is Ghana to compare to Igbos? We are the Biafrans you are talking about. What I will tell them is them to calm down, because this wind that is coming might blow them. Because Igbos are going. The Biafran you are hearing about will come soon. And when the Biafran comes,
they are not chasing white people, they are chasing Igbos, the same Africa. Can you see that? Can you see what a mess in Africa? So what I'm trying to say, Igbos should return back home. And that the mindset that I have in Ghana, what they bring back to home.
This Igbo, we don't know what to do these people. For the Nigeria, where we did, they chase us. For Ghana, they chase us. We don't understand it. But as Ghanaians, then actually, they don't know what they are doing. You understand? Because this kind of thing happen for South Africa. By the time Igbo people enter the South Africa, develop their side, develop their village, develop their girls and boys and their mama and their papa. At a time, they come they feel inferior. Then decide saying, nah, Igbo must go, Igbo must go. See, my brother, I must tell you this. No country when you enter, if you no see Igbo man from there, for there, my brother, leave the country. Any corner when he enter, you know, see Igbo man, leave that place. Nothing there.
For a long time ago, not only now. Ndi Igbo Natano. Wherever anywhere you are, come back home. Let's build our home. Our home is a blessed home. It's a blessed home. Let's come and build our home. We have many.
Ghanaians are not jealous. Why will Igbo man go to another man's land to make a king? They are not trying now. If they want to do that kind of thing, let them come back home. I've always emphasized on one thing, that my people should come back home. Come and build your home. No place like home. Leave all this jump from one country to another.
They're jealous, envy, hatred. So it's not a new thing. It's not a new thing to Igbos.
What do you message you want to say to Ghanaians?
I don't have any message to them. I'm going to tell them that they skip it on. They have played their first match. Igbo is going to, Biafra will return leg to them. What?
Jealous, say, of the businesses of Igbo thriving in
Ghanaians are not jealous. Why will Igbo man go to another man's land to make a king? They are not trying now. If they want to do that kind of thing, let them come back home. I've always emphasized on one thing, that my people should come back home. Come and build your home. No place like home. Leave all this jump from one country to another. Come back home. Fight for your freedom. Very simple.
There's some business opportunity there. That's where they
come back home and create more for yourself. We have enough land. We have enough everything to develop our territory. Build our home. Come back home.
You support Ghana?
No, I will support them because they are free. It's their land. It's their country. They are free to do anything.
To Nigerians?
To Nigerians. Even Mali self, Mali, Chad, Niger or Somalia. Somalia self is free to chase Nigeria out of their country because they are not doing well. A country that has everything a woman will ever think of is now running for, you see Nigerians rushing to Niger, rushing to Chad, rushing to Somalia for greener pasture. It's not good now. Our leaders, they are not trying.
So our leader caused this thing.
Our leaders is our problem.
All right.
They are our problem.
Thank you.
My brother, I must tell you this. No country when you enter, if you no see Igbo man from there, my brother, leave the country. Any corner when you enter, you no see Igbo man, leave that place. Nothing there.
Igbo come make king for their land, which is against their country.
No, see, Igbo come make king for their land. If he reason that very man, if he reason in talk, he go no say when that particular land come out, Ghanaians use their hand by themselves. Give them the Igbo men because of the development where they carry come for the country. Okay, now they don't see and say yes, Igbo conquered. No be them fault. No be them fault to conquer.
Ghanaians are jealous.
The Ghanaians are jealous just because of the capability for the Igbos. That is why they are jealous. But they are jealous and nonsense jealousy.
Which message you have to give the Ghanaians?
Message you are going to give Ghanaians, we say, they need to calm down because Igbo now be the eye where they carry the sea road. Starting from Nigeria, Igbos now the eye where they carry the. I remember last time when I went to Ghana, I meet a girl, finish with the girl. I wanted to pay him with the Ghanaian currency. He said no, so you need Nigeria currency. Is it because of what? Because of Nigeria currency is bigger than Ghanaian's currency. They say no, they need the Nigeria currency. They need the Nigeria. She said, don't pay me with my own currency. Pay me with my own. She said, don't pay me with their own currency. I should pay her with my own.
Now it seems like Ghana cedis is higher to Nigeria.
Currently, now Ghana cedis is higher than Nigeria. You can't imagine. I think everything will give Ghanaians mouth to the talk rubbish because our head administrators couldn't control our own. That is why the thing flopped.
So that jealousy they worry Ghana.
Yeah, jealousy they worry them. Right. But that's where they find. If they see and then go regret them. Right. Because nothing you go fit do for this life to reject Igbo man. Igbo man, I'm the architect of living. Short, how will I put it? Without Igbo man, they cannot do anything. As long as this country is concerned.
Is there customary laws in Ghana?
That is jealousness. Igbo are the light of the world. Anybody say about Igbo, he talk about the light. Because if here is bush, now if Igbo man come here will become a township. The value of every land is rent. It's Igbo man that give it value.
As to how they are ruling Ghana, I don't know. But this is still reminding me of what VDM also said about Ghana.
Celebrities in Ghana are doing fraud.
Who it is?
They are doing fraud. You see that country called Ghana? That country encourages fraud. As a matter of fact, your economy is actually standing because fraud money is part of it. Most of these properties that they buy in Ghana,
tell us.
the fraudsters, they buy them. Your government cannot open their mouths to tell Nigerians to leave.
Really?
Did I tell you why? Bro, a lot of fraudulent politicians we have in Nigeria. They move.
This guy is telling Ghana his mind.
As a matter of fact, you people should even be grateful to Nigerians to a large extent. Because a lot of people know your Ghanaian stars, that's your musicians and your actors. Bro, now because of say, they were welcomed here. Now why is it easier for them to blow? Ghanaians are currently on the streets protesting that Nigerians must leave Ghana,
which we don't support.
Because of some allegations that were made against Nigerians. So Ghanaians are saying Nigerians must leave. As a matter of fact, they even gave some people 3 years. They told them
to
they are giving them 3 years
from
to
Nigeria,
relocate their properties,
which is bad.
Their country. They still went out to protest 2 days ago and even yesterday that Nigerians must leave.
So that is what VDM said about Ghana. And now this guy is saying similar thing, that they Nigerians can rather send Ghanaians back home, but Ghanaians can never send their Nigerians back to their country. That they can only get close, but they can never do it.
We cannot let Ghanaians send us back to our home, and we cannot let them insult us.
But you send Ghanaian back to their country.
And also, they want to try send us back to our home.
And then what will happen?
That is why I tell you, we are the one ruling them. They can't.
They can't.
They cannot send us back to our country.
You are the one ruling Ghanaians.
That is why I tell you, we are the one ruling Ghanaians. That is why they cannot have the veto power to send us back to our country.
You are telling me right now.
Yeah.
Nigerians is the one ruling Ghanaians.
Of course.
That's why they cannot send.
They cannot send us back to Nigeria. They can't. They can only try. They can only try to make it so, but it will not possible.
They can only try.
They can only try, but they cannot. They
can only try to make it possible.
Yeah.
But they cannot drive you people back.
No, they can't.
But you people can drive them go back to their country.
Of course.
So what make you think you have the right to drive them to their country and them do not have the right to drive you to your country?
That is why I tell you, as me a Nigerian, as me a Nigerian, that is why I tell you, I'm a let me say, giant of Africa. You understand? Ghana. Because
but you are saying bad about them.
No, I'm not saying bad about.
You are doing it.
I'm not saying bad about them.
Yeah, now what are you saying now? You said
they
that
are my neighbors. They are my neighbors. They are my neighbors.
They are not your neighbors.
They are my neighbors.
Your neighbor will be Benin Republic and Togo.
Why will you say so?
No, they are not your neighbor. Your neighbor is Benin Republic and Togo.
As an observer, I'm not here to make comments. But honestly, I think that some of these pronunciations should be kept. Some of these things should be stopped. Why? Because I can tell you that right now, some Ghanaians are very peeved, especially when the president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, has stated that we cannot go back to the past. And he's been very critical about this. The $1 million GIPC money that prevent Nigerians from engaging in retail, he's proposing this for amendment. In fact, he wants a lot of foreigners to come to Ghana. So at this time, when we still have Nigerians living in Ghana, still throwing some of these bombs, it makes me wonder that, is there something there that I don't know or we Ghanaians don't know? Is something happening? Well, that is just a food for thought. But then another Nigerian has also responded, actually bashed Ghanaians, saying that Nigeria actually feed Ghana. They feed Ghanaians and they rather give Ghanaians freedom.
You know, even when I don't want to talk, you Ghanaians, you people want me to talk, right? Wow, that's great. Ghana is a Nigerian abroad. Put a respect on Ghana name. The same way you have to put a respect to Nigerian name, because we feed you people. We feed you people. Without us, the freedom that you guys are enjoying right now, you wouldn't have even enjoyed it in your lifetime. So when you hear Nigerians, the giants of Africa, you should put a respect to that name. And do you think I see Ghana as abroad? That's backyard of my house. The place I just come throw shit and move. So don't be deceived, darling. There is nothing to write home about Ghana. It's facts. You can beat it. Take it or you leave it. Oh yeah, Ghanaians, start crying in my comment section. Una be my backyard, now make I still be Ghana. The moment I'm done with you guys, I move to the real abroad. Do you get that or forget about it? Like, follow, comment for more.
Be very careful how you treat Nigerians.
Yeah, man.
Because you're not treating one group of people.
Like the criminals.
Yeah,
Who are criminals?
You're treating over 250 ethnicities and over about 300 plus million people as criminals.
Yeah, so...
And if they don't want to forget that, there will be payback.
What they are doing, the next thing to happen is to get what Buzia did to happen again in Ghana. They want to say Nigeria should go. Right. Nigeria should go. We'll retaliate. Ghanaians in Nigeria should also go home.
Do you think
I want to go to Nigeria.
Right.
One of the biggest estates, Lakeside, is owned by Ghanaian.
Right.
When you do your cross check, you find out Ghanaians and Nigerians are twins born from the same woman.
Right.
Born by the same woman. Look at the way they eat. Look at how they make merry.
Right.
Look at how they want to live their life. The only difference is the zeal to make money.
Right.
That is what differentiates a Nigerian and a Ghanaian.
So guys, what is your own take of the story? I mean, I'm also going to add some reactions after this video and let me know your comments.